Okay, so we're back here. This is the second installment of the ToneRite review, and like we talked about in the first video, I've had the ToneRite on this one here. It wasn't 144 hours. I only left it on there for 5 days, but I'm kind of anxious to use it for something else, and since this is going back in the case here, I didn't want to waste a whole lot more time. But the effect of it is fairly evident. Just going to go through some of the stuff that I did on the first one, and I'll try to edit this out so I can have the first take and then the second take. I don't know if I can do that, but anyway. And you can hear that the guitar now isn't just a bunch of strings strung over a piece of wood. There's actually some musical quality to this now, and unlike before where you would pick it up and strum it a half a dozen times and it's just nothing musically appealing sounding, put the instrument away, but it does have some very nice musical qualities, different than the Gibson, but I'll play it out in a minute. But it seems to have developed its own characteristics on its own. It's still not a really expensive instrument, and you can hear that. But that's really not what this is about. It's about, taking an instrument that was lifeless and putting a ToneRite on it and seeing the difference in the end. So, as I said in the last video, the bottom end on it previously was just like a thud. It really didn't have any sustain. There was really no depth to the notes, but there's really done a lot to liven up this instrument, to the point that over the past few days, I've gone in there and just took it off the machine and played it, and all of a sudden found myself playing it rather than just looking at it as some sort of a scientific experiment. So it really did work out very, very well. I'm very pleased with it. So, I'll just plug in the Gibson here briefly, because there might be some discrepancy in the sound from one to another. And the Gibson is pretty much sitting there. I haven't changed the strings or anything. So the Gibson is going to sound pretty much the same. If you go back to the first video, you can gauge the sound of this one against that one. And then in the second video, you can do the same thing again. You can definitely hear a lot of difference. So the final, the verdict on the ToneRite is absolutely $150. It works really, really well, to the point that it can take an instrument that really never did have any life to it, any sound to it at all, and turn it into something that does have musical qualities which are appealing. So from here, I've got an Ibanez 12 string here. I'm going to put the ToneRite on that, and we'll take it from there, and we'll do a second review on it. But just from the difference that it made to this one here, I'm sold. Absolutely.